evening. My name is Yasser Dahbour. I'm a Palestinian refugee myself. The difference between me and Ziad was born in the West Bank. He's a refugee within his homeland. I was born in Syria. As a result of the establishment of the State of Israel, I'm one of those 8 million refugees living outside. And until recently, until 2011, the majority of my family lived in Syria. But now, most of them are scattered between Jordan, Lebanon, Turkey, Italy, Austria, Germany, Poland, Sweden, Norway, because of the recent event in Syria. And by telling you that, I just want to let you know that the story and the suffering of the refugees hasn't ended yet. And the catalyst to that is the Nakba, is the establishment of the State of Israel. The question of refugees still alive, they are still suffering today. With that, I found myself in 1991 choosing to come to the United States to study political science. And in studying the landscape of America, from my years of study, I understood that the United States is a big island. And as such, not only geographically, but it's an island of ideas. The advent of the internet opened up the world to America. Now, many people say changes in America is because of Netanyahu aligning with Trump. No, actually, there are many reasons for the changes. We cannot just say just for that reason. Personally, I think because America opened up to the world, that now there is no monopoly over the media, there is no monopoly on what you see on TV. Now people are learning for themselves. And as such, there is a shift, there is a schism in American politics, especially vis-a-vis Palestine. So America is the one thing I know that they're saying is socialism. That is special. We sit on the hell. That everybody was up information. We are the manifest destiny. God gave us this land. Does that sound familiar? That's where the colonial project. America was a colonial project, and it still is. Unfortunately, many say, when I gave actually this analogy for, somebody stood up and said, I protest. You cannot say this. You cannot use the Native American. I said, why not? I said, well, would you be supporting a Native American if they were calling for Independence Day? I said, absolutely I will. But the problem and the tragedy is that the genocide that killed 80 million Native Americans reached a breaking point where, unfortunately, those who left, they succumb to reality and not fighting anymore. But if there will be tomorrow voices, then, well, I'll be behind you, supporting them for independence and what is rightly theirs. Now, I want to keep that idea because now the schism that we see now in American politics vis-a-vis Palestine, Israel. Let's look at the landscape of America today, or the Democratic Party to be specific for sake of time. So for the pro-Israeli camp, there are those who call themselves progressives, and there are those who are calling themselves right. Now I'm going to be general. I know there are some good fighting people and everything, but I'm talking in general. David and I, we go back now years. We've been working for the same fight. We're fighting for equality and justice for all. That when the Holocaust survivors say never again, we say never again for everybody, not only for the Jews who are still here today. Because we learned the lesson, we learned the atrocity, the suffering. And because of that, we hold those who try to hijack Judaism today and try to monopolize the suffering and tell them, no, you cannot speak for all Jews, because many Jews signed up by the Palestinians, and they're not Zionists. Now, Zionism, many say, well, that's my take, my opinion. Many say Zionism is a nationalistic project for the Jews. Well, it could be so, except that it's a nationalistic at the expense of other people.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a genocidal project. And so, currently, lately, because people open up, they start losing ground. They start losing ground at the university, among young people, the new generation, and therefore they're resorting now to make they try to create an Orwellian world where America, everybody is equal, but some people are more equal than others. You could criticize everybody, you could call for justice for everybody, but not when it comes to Palestinians. You're not allowed to. Because if you do, then you're anti-Semitic. And if you're a Jew, you're a self-hating Jew. So unless you to sing to their courts, you are an enemy. So there are currently, they've been trying to push a couple of ideas that there are no occupied territories. Even the two-state solution, they're fighting it. Now they're trying to call it disputed territories. In recent event, I tried to actually pass a resolution. I had a hard negotiation with our counterparts from the pro-Israeli camp. And they insisted they did not want occupation. They said, the gentleman I was speaking to said, my community will not accept that. I said, you know, as an elected leader of your community, you should not only represent your community, but you should lead them to reason. That's your duty as a leader. Now, another thing, fighting BDS. I contend that Israel in America is a bad phenomenon for our democracy. Because they have succeeded in muzzling freedom of speech on the issue. Because in many occasions, they were able to block good laws. HR 2407, cutting aids to Israel, as long as they,
not even cutting it, just not letting it go to imprisoning children.
In children and for Palestinian human rights for children. So, lately, I spoke in the executive board meeting for the Democratic Party, in August. So I spoke calling for the party to support that resolution, that bill. And I was, to my amazement, the applause and the cheering was so great that shows that there is quite a gap between the leadership of the party and between the base. I think the base is way ahead of the leadership of the party. The leadership now within the Democratic Party, we have the establishment, and those for them, it's election first. All they care about is the election. And for them, they're still living in the misconception of the powerful Israeli lobby power. And truthfully, from our experience, we were, in a grassroots campaign, we were able to organize and to defeat some bills, to affect the trajectory of certain bills. We were able to influence some bills, rewrite some resolutions. All we had to do is to organize and have grassroots connection. So they're not that powerful. They're only powerful if they don't have opposition. So now they're trying to make it illegal for you to speak for Palestine, for Palestinian rights, to practice your right to boycott, to divest. And we have to fight that, because that's our right, that's our freedom of speech. On the other hand, you have the moderate, and what they call themselves the moderate. And for them, they are, as I said, they support us, but they're fearful of the establishment. Many of them will come us to us, and you know what I'm talking about, will come up to us and say, we support you wholeheartedly, but we cannot vote for you. It happened many times for us. On the other hand, you have the progressives. And you know what? Within the progressives, I have to say something. Sometimes being pro-Palestinian, I feel within the progressive, as the progressives feel within the Democratic Party. We're marginalized. They support us, but still, they're not all there. They still don't comprehend that we're a national party. They think California first. We have to think, they think that they are a local government. They still don't understand the ramification of our foreign policy. And we cry about the war, we cry about going out to war, we protest, we go out in the street, but we're not willing to do the education, we're not willing to learn, we're not willing to pay the price, and to actually campaign for a better foreign policy. I know my time ran out, but I don't want to speak much more. Probably I could touch on some of the issues I have here during the Q&A.